either you can memorize these 7 letters in this way, like khussa daqtin qid, or you can memorize in this way, like sa da ta za, the first group, and then second group ghain kha we can make, and then in the last group we have just 1 letter. So these 7 letters all the time we have to pronounce with thicker sound. So let's talk about number 1. So we have 7 letters. All the time we are going to pronounce them with heavy sound, like with full mouth. I'm going to write down here. Number 1 is kha, second is sad, yeah, you can say after me. Then the next one is dad, then we have letter ghain, ta, qaf, and dha. Pronunciation of dha is tip of the tongue is touching with the edges of frontal teeth. These are the 7 letters we have. If you want to memorize in this way, like we have combination of these 7 letters, you can pronounce it in this way. Khussa daqtin qid. One more time. Khussa daqtin qid. So this is the one way that we can memorize these 7 letters in this way. Now I'm going to tell you another way that you can memorize these 7 letters easily. Now we are going to write them separately and we are going to divide them into 3 groups. Number 1, sad, dad, ta, za. That is the first group. And if you notice that these 4 letters, they are coming in sequence in the first page of Qaida, right? So we can easily memorize these 4 letters. Now another group we can make here, that is ghain and kha. They are also throat letter, like we pronounce them from the beginning of throat. So you can just make another group of these 2 letters. And then we have just 1 more letter left, that is qaf. So either you can memorize these 7 letters in this way, like khussa daqtin qid, or you can memorize in this way, like sa da ta za, the first group, and then second group ghain kha we can make, and then in the last group we have just 1 letter. So these 7 letters all the time we have to pronounce with thicker sound. Now the question is how we can make a heavy sound on these letters, or how we can pronounce these 7 letters with full mouth. So that is very easy. First of all, we can pronounce them with fatha. We can give all these letters fatha. Now we are going to pronounce them. So the first one becomes sa, and second becomes da. Now the pronunciation of dad, you can also learn that the side of the tongue is touching with the edges of molar teeth. The Arabic people, they pronounce it like da sound. Here we have to make a stress and then move it upside and touch it with the upper side of molar teeth, with the edges of upper side of molar teeth. Da. Now the main thing what I want to tell you here, that is when we pronounce these 7 letters, mouth becomes in little bit O shape. Now just focus on this thing. Say that again. Sa. Your lips are in little bit O shape. Da. Ta. Za. We are not going to change the shape of the lips, right? All these letters we can pronounce in the same shape of the lips. This is gha, kha, qa. So all these 7 letters we can pronounce in the same shape of the lips. So we got it that when we are going to make a thicker sound or heavy sound, that time we have to make little bit O shape of the lips. Is that clear? Now the second time we are going to pronounce them with dhamma. So pronouncing with dhamma, that is very easy, because you know that when we make dhamma sound, also lips becomes in round shape. Su, du, tu, zu, ghu, khu, ku. So pronouncing these 7 letters with dhamma, that is very easy. We can easily make a heavy sound, because a dhamma sound is also that lips becomes in round shape. Now the tricky one is with kasra. Now also I am going to tell you here a few things. We have letter sad, we are going to pronounce it with kasra, and the other letter here we have sin. These 2 letters, their sound is same, but the difference between them is this one is heavy and here that is light. Number 1, sad with kasra and sin with kasra. So what are we going to do to differentiate between them? Just we have to change the lips position. So when we are going to pronounce letter sin with kasra, so we say si, and when we pronounce letter sad with kasra, so it becomes si. Now to make difference between them, we are going to do one thing, that when we are going to pronounce number 1, so the edges of the lips here, this area is open, si, okay? This is open, like it's like a smiley face. the edges of the lips are open. But when we are going to pronounce letter Sad with Kasra, so the edges of the lips are closed. We have to make a stress on the edges of the lips. Si. Make a stress on the edges. Did you get that? Here we have to make the stress on the edges when we are going to pronounce letter Sad with Kasra. Si. Like that with all the other letters. That is Si, Di. Now the next is Ti. Now here also we have another letter, that is Ta, and this one, that is Ta. Now when we are going to pronounce them with Kasra, this one, that is Ti. Edges of the lips are open, smiley face. Ti, light. And this one, try to make a stress on the edges. And Ti, heavy and edges are closed. Is that clear? Now here another we have this one, Va, that is the. Edges are open, I mean smiley face. But when we are going to pronounce this one, Va with Kasra, the edges are closed. But when we are going to pronounce the, so that is the smiley face, it's like open. And then we have Ri, Khi, Qi. All these letters, when we are going to pronounce them with Kasra, we have to make the stress on the edges of the lips. Fine?
We have started Online Al-Furqan Academy. Online Al-Furqan Academy helps you to read, understand, recite and memorize the Holy Quran online. We offer one-to-one live Quran classes using Skype and whiteboard for better understanding. We are providing courses of Nurani Qaida, the basic book to learn reading Quran, the Holy Quran reading with Tajweed. We have also designed a beautiful Tajweed course of 1 month for adults. Our brothers and sisters who have some difficulties to recite the Holy Quran, we have designed this course for them. Now they can improve their recitation in just 1 month. We are also providing the Holy Quran translation and explanation, memorization of the Holy Quran, the Arabic grammar classes and Islamic studies. Meanwhile, we focus on memorizing the Salah with complete understanding and translation, daily supplications, dua with their meanings, basic Islamic fiqh, memorization of 40 short hadith with complete understanding. Start learning today. Simply send us a message on Skype, WhatsApp. One of our colleagues will come back to you shortly. Teacher and student will come online on Skype for first lesson.